Hello. This should be good. Yes. Um, why working out is important. Yeah. Uh, there are a lot of reasons. I hope you know most of them. I guess. Actually, sorry. God, I wasn't entirely prepared for this. That barely affects the lighting, but still. Um, Working out, going to the gym, getting fit, getting strong, getting uh, generally seen as more attractive, has a lot more of an effect on your life than you might first think. At least I've noticed that uh, it affects a lot more than what I first thought it would. I'll just. Sorry. There. A minute in already. Jesus. Here. Working out, going to the gym, getting fit, feeling healthy, because doing cardio and building muscles and all that, it allows you to move around in life, something you should be doing naturally. Uh, it allows you to do that without suffering. I mean, yeah, yeah. You can even thrive doing it. So that's like the obvious benefit from doing exercise. Doing exercise. But to get to the point, I've noticed that socially, I am benefiting greatly from. I'm assuming because I am more attractive. I wasn't really all that attractive before. I could probably show you like a photo. Let's see. Maybe a bit awkward. Let's see. Of how I looked before. I've changed a lot over the years. Obviously, but I was pretty fat before. Uh, oh man, this brings me back. Uh, I don't take that many photos. All right, I can't show you. And I didn't like whenever, say, I would meet a store clerk or someone on the street or talk to anyone that either I know or I don't. Uh, I would have a conversation maybe, but it'd be pretty limited. As much as you'd expect. I've noticed that as I've gotten more physically attractive by working out, wearing like better fitting clothes, grooming myself properly. One might say I'm not, and I would agree. uh, Either way, I've still noticed that I have, and getting more confident and all that. Obviously, has a great effect on it. But I've noticed that conversations I hold with people I don't know or I just met, or like other people just start conversations with me and they last longer because I'm assuming all of these changes I've made to myself by becoming more physically attractive. Uh, it's like, yeah, if say everyone has this could come out of left field probably, but say everyone has a baseline creepy level. uh, yeah, yeah, and the actions that they take change how creepy they appear. Just follow me on this. Um, the more, and this sounds shallow, but I'll explain it. The more attractive you are, the less creepy your, yeah, the lower your baseline and the lower the effects of your actions affect that baseline creepiness, because you're attractive. People, I God, turn off notifications again. People don't generally like interacting with people they find creepy or off. But if you're, say, really physically attractive, they're gonna take it kind of, not for granted, but they're gonna assume that you're a lot less creepy, and you're gonna appear a lot less creepy because of how you look. And even if you do things that, if you were ugly, generally speaking, if you were ugly, you would do something like greet a woman, for example, on the street. They might think of you as creepy, but if you're really attractive, they might think you're flattering, I guess, or flirting, something positive. And it sounds shallow to say that physical attractiveness affects it that much, but it does. And it makes a lot of sense, not just because it's like, oh, we're shallow creatures, why is physical attractivity the only thing that matters? But it's not. But it speaks of you being a lot more fitting as a romantic partner if you are physically fit, because that means you take care of yourself, for example. And that probably means you can take care of them, for example. And people are just a lot more generally willing to assume that you have good intentions if you're attractive. Generally speaking. There's a lot of generally here, but I think you get the idea. I say that a lot too. So like I said, it seems shallow, but it speaks of other things, not necessarily that you think about, like, oh, that guy's really fit, he probably takes care of himself. You might think about it like that if you're mindful, but most people don't. But either way, they still have a better first, or like a gooder first impression of that person because they are attractive. Something that only leads to better things moving forward. Like I said about the store clerk thing, I've noticed recently that they just strike up conversations with me sometimes. A lot more sometimes than they would before sometimes. Like when I wasn't as attractive, I didn't. People didn't talk to me. They was just like, oh, here's the price, pay, boom, and then I go. But now they would be, not always, of course. I mean, I'm not narcissistic. I hope. I just mean that it happens a lot more often that they start a conversation with me, like, oh, hey, what are you up to? Or something like that. Which is a bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting it. But it's nice. It's really nice. And like I said about good first impressions, there we go. Not only does this stuff lead to social success, so to speak, or at least it's the best first step you can take. I would say, from my viewpoint now. It also absolutely can lead to business success. If someone already likes you upon seeing you because of a good first impression, because you're attractive, for example, they're going to be way more willing to strike a deal with you, for example. Or accommodate for your weakness, I guess. Like, they're a lot more willing to cooperate. Yeah. So, basically, working out affects a lot more than just you. It affects how other people view you and how you view yourself. I've said this before. And it compounds, leading to an exponential growth and even more success. But it affects other people that affect you in more ways than I earlier thought. And I think that should absolutely be noted, because those effects are really, really nice to experience. Actually, was that a fucking bird? Well, okay. Yeah, actually getting like talked to and noticed, like on the street, or in a store, or like uh, just people in general, without like specifically attempting to strike up a conversation, is an amazing feeling when you've never had that before. So that's really nice. Not only does it affect all of that, of course, you also, like I've said before, become a lot more confident in yourself. Self-assertiveness and all that. But like, say you are depressed, something I absolutely was, maybe still am, unsure. It's kind of hard to say. I don't think I am anymore, actually. But working out, because it's this, like I said, compounding effect, and also like because it's something you do long term. Like I'm gonna work out, or try to, at least until the day I die. This isn't a process I'm gonna stop, because I like doing it. So I'm gonna try to be physically attractive my whole life, and starting now, getting more attractive, but also just having done this hard work, puts history behind you that's positive, something that when you're depressed you might not have. I know for me, I didn't feel like I'd ever done anything in life because I hadn't done anything in life. But once I started working out, I was like, okay, well, I've worked out. That's something I've done. That's a positive thing. Same with like getting the graduation and a driver's license and the hunting license. Like these things, they add up, especially with working out, of course, because like I said, compounding. The more you do it, the more you get from it. And you can look back on it and be like, okay, well, I'm not a failure because look at me. I'm not a failure because look at all I've done. Even if I haven't gotten that far, I've still done all of that, and that's a great thing. And so that leads to just a baseline better feeling in life, from my experience. Yeah. I would love, this isn't something, well, it might. If you have any video suggestions, please put them down in the comments. God, that sounds like such a YouTuber thing to say. But I mean it. Like, authentically, I mean it. Because while I can come up with my own video ideas, of course, like I should be able to, maybe just recently, but I haven't gotten as many ideas. I still have a list of a bunch of things to make videos about, but still, I would love to hear what you would want to hear from me, and I'll see if I have experience in the field. I guess 'cause I don't want to talk about anything I don't know anything about. Yeah, it could be anything. So feel free. I guess. Outside of that, take care of yourselves out there, and take care of yourself specifically. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to multiple people. I'm talking to you. You should take care of yourself and love yourself for who you are. For this one, you probably have a knife in your home, right? This isn't leading to anything weird. If it's a strong enough knife. Personally, I just got an axe as a gift for my graduation, so that's very nice. It's very sharp. It's a really good brand. But you can use a knife and a piece of wood. Chop one piece of wood. Sounds random, but I think you'll appreciate it. And see if you can make like a small fire. I mean, I do a lot of hiking, so I'm used to making fires, but campfires. But see if you can try to do that, because these small achievements add up over time and makes you feel good. And making fire, like actually on your own, even if it's with a lighter, feels like a small accomplishment, which increases your baseline dopamine. So, like I said, take care of yourselves out there. See if you can try to do that. I think you would appreciate it more than you think right now.